Act like you know how this goes.
I can't believe that year went by so fast. Though. Like, we've been together 8 years now. Married 1 year. Yeah, almost eight.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
The time you came to New York, and I was like, "What is this one guy?" I don't know.
I was like, I don't know, because at the time I definitely wasn't trying to be
Taken.
I was like, Well, I kept saying that after I got out of that last situation, when I was going through the divorce, I was like, I'm never getting married again. But then I told myself, why are you putting that out in the universe? Like,
That's how I feel.
yeah, but I felt like that after too. But it's like you're speaking negativity on the next person that's coming
true.
into your life. You are stopping it
Yeah.
by projecting those words. Like, never get married again. I'm
You
never.
get married again,
Yeah, that's how it was. Girl, and let me tell you how bad it was. I used to say it in front of my husband, like say it in front of him. My friends and I used to be like, "Stop doing that." That's why you need to get you a friend that's gonna keep it a buck. She'd be like, "Don't do that."
Right, at least
Like, bitch, at least in front of us.
right.
But like, why you saying that in front of that man? And then I ain't even think about it like that because I had just set the tone from when I met him. I'm never.
All right.
So don't ask.
And I was like, I wonder what that was like for him to actually propose to me. Like how nerve-wracking it was.
To feel like she already.
But then I told myself, look, I'm a wife. I am not nobody's girlfriend, serial dater, none of that shit. I can't do it.
Okay.
I ain't built for it. So, yup.
Look at that.
Look at God. You know, I do it again.
I'll do it again. I think this the one. This is it though.
This is it. This is
I think
it.
I found my person.
Yes, good.
Like, I don't argue. We don't argue like that. We don't none of that. We have disagreements, but it's like we haven't been together all them years. We never really had like a
Real.
like a
fight.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think we learn how to deal with each other. We like.
I mean, when you get married, you expect, like, in your mind, you think it's forever. So when that quote unquote forever is no longer, like, you realize later, like, okay, this was a life lesson.
Yes.
And not necessarily my forever.
I feel like nowadays we don't. You know how back in the days people really worked through their problems.
Yeah.
Today, because dating different women and getting to different people is so accessible. So they always looking at it like the grass is greener on the other side. They don't want to really pour into what they have. Take the time to fix what's broken.
Right.
It's like, bitch, next.
That too,
You know what
and
I'm
I feel like, back in the day, men were the providers. So women, the idea of leaving, like, I'm not
Yeah, it's
working,
like,
I don't have
yeah.
anything. Women are more independent now, so it's like,
They're like,
I don't need
bye.
you.
Yeah.
Bye, I don't need you.
But women are also independent, but they're also making men feel like
Yes.
a lot of us got that bad.
But
that
men
are
gotta
in-
feel like you can't just be putting women through any and everything, and she's supposed to stick around.
Yeah,
Like, it's just not cool either.
Because I didn't say in some
ride or die
situations.
if you don't put
Right.
up with every single thing until that's not fair.
But I didn't say in situations where I'm like, okay, I know this is fixable.
Right.
But it's like
Right.
stubborn, just won't, because everybody go through this shit. Nothing is perfect.
And everybody grow at different times. The person, you was dating before you got engaged, before you got married.
Y'all gotta grow together.
Right. And if the other person's not growing,
Yeah, it's
It's
like,
kinda
that's
like-
my situation. I'm like, how long I gotta wait for you to
Yeah.
grow up? I can't.
yeah, I feel you on that. That was my last one. I'm like, but you gotta catch up some kind of way. You going back. I'm trying to go forward.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie. I tried to, like, I can honestly say I walked away giving it all I had.
And that's the thing. Is as long as you know you tried your best, you can't beat yourself up for it if it didn't make it.
Because there's two different people trying to be one.
Yep.
So it's like, it's a lot. People think that shit easy. It's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy at all. It requires putting in work. But that's from both parts.
Yeah.
Like that ain't no one-sided thing. I can't do no man that's just you know what I'm
Not
saying?
willing to compromise
willing.
or just his way or no way.
Yeah, I don't like them kind of men. I just feel like when you express your problems over and over again that you have with them, you're
You're
nagging.
complaining, you're nagging, like, oh,
I can't do
gosh,
them. Like,
yeah.
come on now. If I'm saying these things, it's bothering me. Like, this is affecting me, and the more it go on, the more it's like pulling me further and further away. So if I'm saying it like,
And you gotta say it over and over. That means
Yeah.
you're
You're not
addressing
getting it.
my feelings,
right,
and it's not being corrected. So of course you need to speak on it over and over and over again.
that's their thing. Oh, you nagging, you tripping, or you trip. No, take my feelings into consideration, like I'm taking yours. Make it like you're not getting it.
Absolutely.
And that's when the problems come.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't listening, somebody else gonna listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But these days, dating is just storage is just trash.
Just be glad you ain't out there.
When did it make the turn for being horrible though?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like when? Because at one point,
Because back in the day, you didn't have no problem just going out to a
Right.
random
Yeah.
restaurant and
meet
just
guys.
and guys will
approach you. Yeah.
Now they want to be
No.
approached.
Yeah.
Like they are the prize. And they bringing shit to the table. You are
I'm
not
trying
the
to figure out
prize.
when that happened too.
What?
Where guys won't approach you no more.
They don't.
I think
And I've heard guys that say that they won't say anything.
I don't
I'm just
understand
like-
it. Because I'm going to be honest, I have always been a female that never really approached a man.
me either. Me either.
I never, but it's some girls out there like,
I know.
Hey,
I
what's
have friends
up?
Now, they
What's
like,
up?
You
they
single?
Like, say something.
I'm like,
what?
no.
Say
If
something.
he,
That's why I
he'll
feel
say something.
organically it would just, she'd be like, go over there and just start a conversation. I
mm-mm.
don't want to do that.
But then it's like, if you start it that way, are they going
To
to
me,
be
it's just-
expecting it moving
Yeah.
forward? Like,
I need it to be organic. Like, I can't
Yeah.
be forcing something.
so you're not sending a man a drink at the bar? That's my orange juice.
Aren't you sorry about that? Anything else you need?
That's it, right, guys?
Yes, thank you.
So you was sending that drink at one?
My dating coach on TikTok, he said,
You see?
he he's gay, but he said, he was like, nowadays, guys not approaching. That's just what it is. He was like,
They're
but
not.
sometimes you got to give them the signal that it's okay.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, one thing is if you're out, send them a drink, or if you're at a
See, I
grocery,
can't do that.
right, or if you're at a grocery store, y'all on the same aisle, it's like,
Mm-mm.
excuse me,
He
can
lost
you,
me.
can you grab that?
He lost me.
Like, can you grab that up there for me? And that's kind of like,
I wish I would. I'm just not. And they don't like it. Certain things, to me, like, if I was a man, I wouldn't even want a woman to send me a drink.
no.
Honestly, a real man, you don't want that. But like,
He'll send it back and get your drink. Like, nah. A real man.
But that's the problem.
That's why I gotta teach
But
myself
I ain't gonna lie to you.
not to be that type of person.
It's a lot of the women too.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of women are just so thirsty that men are, it's a culture now where women are just like, oh, he got money and they just throwing
Yeah.
up. So they ain't gotta do nothing because
Yeah.
women are just throwing themselves at them. That's.
And then they making themselves too accessible. They're making things too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for real, they don't have to put in work.
No.
Cause it's like, okay, what you ain't gonna
They
do,
jumping.
she gonna do.
Yep.
She gonna be all on me.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna allow me to do this. She gonna do this and this and that. So like, what I gotta play with you for? What I gotta fight hard for somebody like you for when that's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a lot of the women, and nothing against like you know, people that like to have a little fun and inviting people in their bedroom and stuff like that. I feel like that's also taking a turn because it's like the men are getting their way. They're opening Pandora's box,
So
and
they
it's
ain't
like
gotta respect
it's
you.
never
They ain't gotta.
like
Yeah.
you know. It's even though I do feel like that's every man's
Yes,
fantasy,
of course.
but it's like you can't do that with every man. Like you can't just your person like because once you open that up, it's hard to like cut that off. That's where the issues start to come in at. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just be real careful with that.
And then these men nowadays, these suckers don't like strapping up. That's another thing.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother thing. Cause I be hearing all kind of stuff.
Baby.
Who said they? What somebody said they think that the condom sales went down.
Me.
Oh, that was.
Cause I be hearing these stories. How they girl, I know condom sales then went down. I be hearing these stories. I be like, y'all
Just
you
off the
think
rip
you-
of meat. And
Yeah,
they just
like y'all just met and you just let them slide on in there. Bitch, ain't that much feeling good in the world. Like I don't know you,
Mm-mm.
but that's how that's the world. That's just shit just took a whole turn and it's I don't know. It's girl, I gotta just stay on my daughters and you know I always teach my daughter like. I've been like that with Reggie from my experiences.
Yeah.
You know, even though I know every man is different, every situation is different, and I allow her to live her life how she live her life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, in this new generation, you know, people dudes put on, because they know what other women want to see,
Mm-hmm.
and they know how to get you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's about being, even though shit ain't gonna always stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And when I made like, you know, when I say stuff like, meeting people's representative, like you know how you meet somebody and they're one way and then when you get with them you experience like a totally different, even though people change in relationships or whatever, but the person they are don't change. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are. Like you could put on a front, but you're not.
I learned that with my
if,
when I think about it, I'm like,
that's what I mean by
always been
representative.
this way.
Yeah,
When I
this is
think
who you
about
are. Like what you were doing was to get me, but now that you got me, the real you is here.
But
you know
do
what
you
I'm
feel like in a lot of these situations we try not to see the stuff in the beginning?
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we as women will just like
let it slide.
Yeah, and
Because
then
you like them. Yeah,
because you
you
like
love
butterfly
them.
feeling.
Yeah, it's like,
all
oh,
that,
I like him though. He did this. Oh, it kind of turned me off, but that's who he
That's who
is.
he is.
And you know what I'm saying? You ignored it. You pushed it off. So now when shit blew up, like he been showing you the signs of who he was. But I've always taught my daughters, like, I teach them, like, one, respect yourself. And fuck, you are the prize.
Right.
Like I'm all about reciprocating energy. So it's like, if I'm one way with you, like, I don't expect you to be totally different with me. When I'm showing you I want you, I'm doing everything I need to do as a girlfriend. I'm being respectful. I'm respecting you, whatever the case may be. I expect that same thing from you.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving me that, I'm not going to lower my standards or go against what
to
I
get you to be
believe
like,
to get you to pick me.
Pick me.
Yeah.
Like, no. If it ain't, you know, even though in life we go through things, you have the good, you have the bad, you have the ugly, you have to be able to work through it all. It's not going to always be good. But guess what? If the good outweigh the bad, you stick it out and work with it.
Yeah.
But if the bad start outweighing the good, then you got to let it go.
And everybody's not perfect. You could, you know, you could be dating somebody and something could go wrong or something will happen, but you see how he responds to that. If he be like, the way he apologizes or the way he acknowledges how you feel about it, whatever it is, and you like, oh, okay. Because everybody's not perfect, but you
They're
see
not.
that
Nobody's
person at least
perfect.
trying.
Right. It's all about trying.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And how that person make you feel and how that person take care of your feelings and how you take care of that person feelings.
Yes.
Like, it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a wanna-be perfect thing. It's about, you know, I always tell my daughters, like, respect yourself. Like, how you carry yourself and how you respect yourself, you set the tone on how you want to be treated from a man or whoever you date. Like, you have to set that tone. You can't allow everything to just get thrown under the table. Or, it's good, he did that, I'm going to let it slide, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Because the more you do that, the more you leave room for him to keep fucking over you. Like, you have to set the tone. I will not tolerate this.
Yeah,
and this is what it is. Maybe you'll find somebody that will, but that's not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and nobody, and nobody's perfect. You know, everybody make mistakes. You forgive, you forget. It's all in how you work on fixing those issues.
Yep.
Yep.
But it's not a one-sided thing. Like, it's not a one. And we live in a world where everybody, like, want to portray this perfect everything for social media. Like, they want to put on, they want to do this, they want to do that. But in reality, that's really not real. Like, you don't know what these people be going through behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have some people that share every single thing, and you have some people that's protecting their image of what you think, who you think they are, or how they move. Like, they don't want the world to see the truth, the real them. And you know what I'm saying? People go along with the flow. But it's like, you gotta be true to who you are, and you have to stand on what you stand on, period.
Yep.
Like, it's just, you know, I don't know. It's so hard with the dating scene these days. Listening to my friends talk, from them being on the apps to, like,
I'm over
just
the
dating
app.
people. It's just trash.
I'm
Like, it's
so
just
over
so.
the app.
I just be praying to God, like, you know, just keep my family strong, keep my relationship strong, keep us on the same page. If we have misunderstandings, let us be able to work through it, respect each other's feelings, respect each other. Like, it's just, you know,
I
it's
don't understand. For one, life is short. My cousin, she had posted something because her and her husband, they always have so much fun. They always dancing. It was this old couple dancing together, and she said, "This is gonna be my husband and I in 50 years." And I was like, "In 50 years, you're gonna be 90." like time. We realize we have less time on this world than we really think. Like, we feel young and all this stuff, but when you think about it, we're getting older. Like,
we are.
who got time to be playing games?
Nobody. Not at this old age, girl.
Life is too short. Enjoy it. Like, nobody has time to waste. Nobody has time to be playing any games.
I just want things to make a turn for the newer generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if not, shit is gonna
Have the
get
old school
worse,
people teaching. It's just like,
that's why you gotta, like, I be trying every chance I get to talk about class, like, leaving stuff to the imagination, respecting yourself. Like, it's all good and fun and games to have your little ratchet moments. But as a woman, you have to carry yourself like a woman if you want to be respected out here. Otherwise, you just fall in a box with everybody else that's just trying to do what the new trend is. You gotta
trying to
set
get
yourself.
attention,
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get
like,
shows.
yeah, it's just sad to watch. It's sad to watch. So I'm starting this new whole movement, like my business, what I'm doing for 2024, and hopefully that'll get the ball going, like, you know, and turn things around and give these young girls some hope on how things can be and how things should be with friendships, with raising your kids, with relationships, with business, with developing strong groups of like-minded women to be around. Like, you know, because some women just don't know. Like, growing up, you don't learn everything from your parents. Some things you learn from your peers. And a lot of people feel like, you know, I raised my daughter one way, but when she get around some of her friends who may have been raised totally different, it, you know, they start to look at their life like, oh shit, this was lame, or like this was too sheltered, or this was too this, or this was too that. They lit over here. But in reality, it's like everybody is raised different. But when you start to develop a friendship group, you learn from each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gonna pick up some bad habits from your friends. You're gonna pick up some good habits from your friends. That's why it's good to instill the good quality things into your kids that they can take with them forever and ever and ever, no matter what friend group they get around, no matter what turn they make in life, they gonna always remember those, those good values that you instilled in them. So as mothers, we can't, even though times has changed and we have to we do have to change
just a little bit.
a little bit. We can't parent them how our parents parented us, but we still have to be a parent and stand on certain things, and respect is one. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of parents are wanting to be their kids' friends. Like, you could be, you know, friends with your kids, but it's still discipline.
Yeah, you have
all
to.
that. You still can't just want to be.
They need it.
Friends, like, you know.
My daughter know for the longest, baby, she tried to be my friend. No, I'm your mother. I'm not your friend, and I'm gonna always be there.
Right.
You know, and even though now that she's older, we do have a better relationship. She called me her best friend. I'm like, okay, you can call me your best friend because I'm gonna always be here
But
for
she
you.
know that
But
you
she
gonna
know
check
I-
her if it
exactly.
ain't, it ain't just that.
Yeah, she know what's up.
It just means she's
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know.